Tonight, new developments in the mysterious disappearance of a little boy in Muncie. 13 Investigates was first to report that Hayden Manis had been missing for years without anyone alerting police. And tonight, our senior investigative reporter Bob Siegel's in studio. He's got more breaking news. And Bob, this is really difficult information to be sharing.
It is, Scott. You know, for months now, we've been asking the question, what happened to Hayden? Well, now, sources close to the investigation have confirmed new details for 13 Investigates. They tell me a woman who lived with Hayden told police the boy is dead, and she knows what happened to his body. 4-year-old Hayden Manis, missing since 2020. His family looking for answers.
Oh, God.
Before Hayden vanished, he lived in this house with his father, Dustin Manis, and his father's girlfriend, Crystal Hall. Investigators searched the house last September when they first learned of Hayden's disappearance, and they interviewed both Dustin and Crystal. But within a few months, Dustin died of a drug overdose, and Crystal moved out of state.
Hi, Crystal. My name is Bob Siegel. I'm a reporter.
For months, 13 Investigates tried to reach Crystal to see if she could share any insights about Hayden's disappearance. I called, texted, even mailed detailed questions, but she did not respond. So 13 Investigates hopped on a plane, then drove through the Nevada desert. Pretty sure that's her. To find Crystal and ask our questions face to face. Hi, Crystal. I'm Bob Siegel with 13 News. Can you help me understand what happened to Hayden?
I am not talking to you.
Is there anything you can share at all? No. Anything?
I cannot.
Do you know what happened to Hayden?
I cannot talk to you about that.
Is Hayden alive or dead?
I cannot talk to you about that.
Is there anything you can say at all?
I told you I cannot.
Can you help provide his family with any answers?
I already helped the police. I did what I could. I have information with the case that I am not going to risk divulging.
What information does Crystal not want to divulge? Well, multiple sources close to the investigation have confirmed for 13 News what she told police. Those sources agreed to speak with me as long as they would remain anonymous. They say when investigators came to this home back in the fall to search the house and to talk to Crystal, she told them Hayden Manis is dead and that she disposed of the boy's body in a trash compactor at a truck stop where she used to work. 13 Investigates has confirmed Crystal worked at several truck stops between 2020 and 2023, including several in Spiceland and this one in Marion. Our sources told us that you told police that you disposed of his body in a dumpster.
That is not what I told police.
Can you share with us what you did tell police?
I have to go to work. I would like for you to stop this.
Is there a reason that you won't answer any additional questions?
Because I'm not obligated to, and I did work with them.
Just to be clear, you're saying you did not dispose of his dead body?
I did not say that.
You did not tell that to police?
I did not.
Again, multiple sources tell 13 Investigates Crystal did tell police she got rid of Hayden's body. And then
It was awful.
there's this.
They say that you don't forget what a dead body smells like, and I will never forget that smell. It was an awful smell.
More on that smell in a moment. First, I want you to meet Amber Roberts. She worked with both Crystal and Dustin.
We were working the exact same schedule.
They worked together at the Flying J truck stop in Marion, the same year Hayden disappeared.
Hayden, every time Dustin brought him into pilot, he was sweet to all of us.
Crystal and Amber were co-managers who ran the truck stop together. Amber says they quickly became friends.
I was actually excited when her and I got put on the same schedule. We got along well. We were both young women, mothers, trying to take care of our kids and our families and run a truck stop.
She was a good coworker?
She was, until she wasn't.
What happened?
I don't know what in her changed, but she just quit showing up for work.
Amber says that was late summer 2020 when both Crystal and Dustin suddenly stopped coming in. And Amber told me just a few weeks later, she noticed something else.
We came out one day and we're just like, man, we can't handle the smell.
It came from over there, just behind the truck stop.
It smelled like death. That's the only way you can describe it. That dumpster area smelled awful the end of the summer that year. It was the worst I've ever, and I've smelled truck stop trash. Like, it's the worst of the worst trash, and it was beyond what it normally was.
What do you think that smell could have been?
I think it was Hayden.
And just at that time,
I had no idea that that's what it could have been. And I'm like, I didn't know that Hayden was missing. I didn't know to reach out and talk to anybody.
based on interviews conducted by 13 Investigates, the last time Hayden was seen in public was August 30th, 2020. The horrible smell from the trash compactor, Amber says that was just a few weeks later, in September or October of that same year. Amber recalls around that same time, Crystal did return to work a few shifts at the truck stop. And she told 13 Investigates, Crystal then seemed very quiet, stressed, angry, and disheveled.
And then she came in and demanded a transfer after that, out of nowhere.
Have you shared what you know with police?
Yes.
The Delaware County Sheriff's Department tells 13 News it will not discuss sensitive details about an ongoing investigation. Neither will the Delaware County prosecutor.
This is an active, open investigation. I don't want to taint that.
I asked him directly, did Crystal Hall tell investigators she disposed of Hayden's body? Is that true?
I don't want to get into the contents of her various statements to the police. I don't want to confirm or deny that.
Disposing of a body in a dumpster. Is that a crime?
That is a crime.
13 News legal analyst Katie Jackson-Lindsay says failing to report a dead body in Indiana is a misdemeanor. And she says what reportedly happened to Hayden's body could be even more serious than that.
There's a crime on the books called abuse of a corpse. And so putting a corpse into a trash compactor would be considered mutilating that corpse. And that is a crime. That's a felony crime in the state of Indiana.
If someone confessed to doing that, why wouldn't they already be charged?
Law enforcement cannot take a suspect's confession alone as evidence of a crime. The police can't just go out and charge that person. There has to be some other evidence of the offense.
We know detectives did remove items from the house where Hayden lived with Crystal and Dustin, including a section of flooring from a closet. But whether that evidence points to a crime or leads to any arrest is uncertain. So far, it has not. So, some of the mystery surrounding this little boy continues, and the question, what happened to Hayden, still not fully answered.
The only thing I know with absolute certainty in this investigation, after all this time, is that I have not seen Hayden Manis alive, and I have not seen Hayden Manis' body. I would encourage any and all tips to keep coming in.
And I hope that more people are willing to come forward if they know anything.
Just please, somebody, call the police. In the end, we need to know that he gets justice.
Investigators say the 4-year delay in learning of Hayden's disappearance, it's a huge challenge to overcome. But Scott, they tell me they're still trying, and this is still very much an active investigation.
This is just heartbreaking for all of us to hear. And I think our viewers may be wondering if Hayden's body was, in fact, put in a trash compactor. Is there any chance at all that investigators could find this boy's remains?
Well, if this were a few days ago or weeks or perhaps even months, it's a possibility. But you got to keep in mind we are now talking years, and it means the chances of finding Hayden's remains are very low.
All right, Bob Siegel with 13 Investigates, and we want to share that tip line number with you again, because if you know anything about what happened to Hayden, please call the Delaware County Sheriff Investigations Division, and you can see our What Happened to Hayden documentary with more information, extended interviews, and additional legal analysis. It's streaming right now over on WTHR+. You can download it on your TV and watch for free.